Habari zenu? Mambo? Mambo? Mko sawa, eh? Okay. I really want to say that this is quite a surprise. Even when I was told I will be received here, a small something there, I was thinking that it would be the 3 essays plus maybe 1 or 2 PS. I didn't think that everybody will be here, our staff. So I want to say that I really appreciate even the thought to welcome me back to the ministry. It is, of course, a reappointment, so it's a new job for me, and for you people, it's a new minister, though the same minister, but a new minister because I will be signing possibly a new contract. There is a new letter of appointment, so I want us to have that in mind. May I also take the first opportunity to thank the entire team of the ministry for me to be back here. I am back here because you delivered. And that is also not just confidence in me, but confidence in our staff and the work we have been doing. Therefore, it's important that we thank God for taking us through that motion. I'm sure you followed everything, so there's nothing for me to tell you it was easy. We all know it was tough for the entire country, for the ministry, for the president himself to be able to deal with the issue that was there. So I sincerely thank His Excellency the President for reappointing me and finding it fit to return me back to this same ministry. He had the opportunity, or he had the privilege to either take me elsewhere. The president had the option also of asking me to stay home. Na mkaona nikizungumza sana na wale wajube, nikawambia sina job, na I'm looking for a job. Truly, it is true that I didn't have a job. But detractors are many, and we don't want to give them any opportunity for this particular occasion. Because when I said I didn't have a job, it's important that I clarify that I only worked for the government for 3 years. When I became a lawyer, I worked as a state counsel in the office of the Attorney General. Those were good days when you had a choice. I had a choice to be a magistrate. I had a choice to be a state counsel, but there was also a choice to go to private practice. I chose to be a state counsel from 1985 to 87. So the only time I worked for the government is that time. And now, back as a minister. So I employed myself in private practice, and I created job for others. So I know that it's important to clarify because people are saying, I've worked for several number of years. I don't want to mention those years. But it's a couple of years when I engaged in private practice, and I worked for myself and the people of Kenya being my clients, and I retained a certificate of practice from 1987 as a private practitioner to the time I was appointed a minister, because you can't have both your cake and eat it. Yes, it's a new beginning, not for me alone, for us as technical people, as staff, everybody in this ministry, in every government office is key to proper, efficient delivery of service. We must take this as an opportunity again for us to reflect on the work we were doing and how we were doing it. Are we some of the people that are creating the problem for the nation to the extent that the national security becomes threatened by possibly not delivering? I'm sure all of us know that there was a threat to national security. It means when we work, we must take care to ensure that national interest converges with the interests of the people of Kenya. The Republic survives because of our work. The state coordinates the work for the Republic. I will not say a lot of things because, for sure, for me to be able, I said God must have guided His Excellency to do this thing. And I'm sure none of you knew whether I will come back. Not just to this ministry at all to come back as a minister. Neither did I know. So it was also a time to find out in your, when you worked, how did you relate also to your people? Because I think there were some ministries that were not happy to get back their ministers. Yeah, there were some ministries that were happy with the maybe movement. Wacha tuseme ukweli. Na nilikuwa ninasikiliza kwa ground ya ministry. Nikasikia mlikuwa mnataka nirudi. Kwa hivyo mlikuwa kwa maombi pamoja na mimi. Ground yangu inaonekana ilikuwa sawa. So I want to encourage you to even do better. For sure there is something we did well. But we can't sit here and clap and say, yeah, be complacent. No. There is something we didn't do okay, because the total sum is what Kenyans said is not going right. There must, of course, there were misinformation. You followed the questions that I was asked. Some Kenyans even wanted me to be asked fired questions during the process of the vetting. Others even said I have avoided answering a question or two, that I didn't answer the question on fees increase, you know. The PS is the one who worked with the technical people on the increase, but I was the one on the firing board. And that is the spirit of collective responsibilities, not just in the cabinet, but also in the ministry. So obviously, there are people who did not know we did robust public participation. The question was, why did you increase fees without public participation? So it means we must be louder, we must be clear, we must be consistent, we must change the entire government communication system and strategy. We have agreed on that as government, because yesterday, as cabinet also, because yesterday, of Kenyans. And you know, His Excellency the President is a very popular president. You know, you saw when he